Hello, my name is Frank Clegg. I live in Oakville, Ontario, Canada, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to make some recommendations on how I believe Illinois Bill HB 2379 can be improved. I have spent my entire 40-year career in the technology industry in North America. Most recently, I retired as the president of Microsoft Canada. As you can imagine, I've seen the tremendous benefits technology can provide. I've also seen the potential harm if technology is not implemented correctly. And I believe our current implementation of wireless technology is not safe. I'm especially concerned about 5G and its impact on our children. I do not make this statement lightly. I have had the opportunity to meet with experts from institutions such as Harvard, Yale, Columbia, University of Toronto, McGill University, an expert advisor to the World Health Organization, and one of Al Gore's scientific writers who won the Nobel Peace Prize. That is why I helped co-found Canadians for Safe Technology in 2012. Our focus is on raising awareness about the potential harm from wireless devices and how to use them safely. And I also joined the US-based Environmental Health Trust as part of their business advisory group 3 years ago. I want to talk about the business environment around wired versus wireless technology. Most, if not all, the profit growth from telecommunications companies comes from their wireless networks and businesses. Technology companies' growth requires our customers to use the most current devices, which are predominantly wireless. Our industry is not incented to look at wired solutions, even though the wired solutions are up to 100 times faster. There are reports from the IEEE that show that a wireless solution can consume up to 10 times more energy than a wired solution. Another report showed that a 5G wireless network can use between 3 and 4 times as much energy as a wireless 4G solution. Wired solutions are far more reliable and resilient. They are more protective of our security and our privacy. A big reason for that is because of the significantly less points of vulnerability in a wired network. And finally, a wired solution reduces the risk to our personal and business data. Unfortunately, as presented to the House today, Bill HB 2379 does not provide any motivation for the industry to consider fiber first. I believe fiber solutions are our future. There's an excellent report by Dr. Shockley out of the University of Colorado, where he gives 2 examples in Tennessee and another in Colorado, where cities have made the investment in a fiber network and are able today to provide and offer full access to internet, full access to all the benefits of the internet through a wired environment that's significantly cheaper than current other solutions available. My industry has done an excellent job of associating the benefits of the internet with wireless. And we saw that in the presentations from the proponents who were supporting the bill as it was in the subcommittee before it came to the House. What we need to do, in my opinion, is to take a look and see that the majority of the benefits, if not all, in some cases, of access to the internet can be provided through fiber and other wired solutions. That's the research paper. Now, when you look at an example, and I have one here, the Canadian Arctic Inuit Network, who are responsible to their shareholders, and so they have to provide the best and look for the best solutions. And they made the decision of all the solutions that are available to actually run a fiber from Newfoundland up to the Canadian Arctic. This fiber network, over $100 million investment, over 1,500 miles up into the Canadian Arctic. And as the chief operating officer stated, we've looked at every possible option, route, risk, and costs. And we've landed on what is a very realistic plan to get fiber built in the next 2 years. As I mentioned before, I'm very concerned about our impact on wireless technology on children. As you can see here, there's one of the more recent models funded by the Environmental Health Trust But there are models back in, even as late as early as the 1990s showing the penetration of wireless technology through a child's skull. In this case, you can see up to almost 70% penetration in the child's skull versus the adult skull, which is more in the 10 to 20% range. This is based on two factors. The child's skull is thinner, so the radiation can actually penetrate further. And secondly, because of the smaller size of the child's head, penetration can get to the shorter distance to the center of the child's brain. In addition, we know that children's brains hold a significantly more water, which retains the radiation for a longer period of time. There are a lot of discussions. In fact, you may have already heard, I've heard the presentations from representatives from my industry claiming that the science is not there. And I challenge that statement straight up. There are thousands of peer-reviewed studies that show harm from wireless radiation on living organisms, including humans, at levels below our North American guidelines. And these studies show risk for increased cancer, sperm damage, and other reproductive harms, damage at the DNA, cellular level, neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's and other unfortunate ailments, learning and memory deficits, especially in childhood development, stress at the cellular level, and increase in harmful free radicals, which can lead to a myriad of other concerns. Don't take my word for this. Let's look around the world and what's happening. Over 250 scientists from 44 nations have signed the appeal to the United Nations. So they put their names and their credibility on a document to the United Nations, to the World Health Organization, to the UN Environmental Program, and all the UN member states, including Canada and the United States, asking for greater health protection from wireless radiation exposure. En masse, in total, these scientists have published over 2,000 peer-reviewed studies on the harmful effects of wireless radiation. In addition, there's a separate scientists and medical doctors appeal. Over 400 scientists and medical doctors from 47 nations have formally appealed to the European Union about their concern about 5G, wireless 5G. It will substantially increase exposure to wireless radiation fields that have been proven to be harmful to humans and our environment. Unfortunately, our track record in North America is not very good. In addition to the health risks, in addition to the challenging the business case and looking at the opportunity to provide fiber first solutions, I am concerned that Bill 2379 does not allow for any input or any consolidation or any consideration to local businesses, residents, municipalities, cities, or towns. And in fact, I would argue that this bill actually tramples the rights of local businesses and individuals. I think there is an opportunity to change that. As I say, our track record, by the time the FCC and the FDA and Health Canada catch up to this technology, unfortunately, our history has shown it could be decades after the original science has been published. What we're trying to do, C4ST, the Environmental Health Trust, and other organizations you're hearing from, is to not have this happen and take decades for us to be protected. I think there's a tremendous opportunity with the appropriate amendments to the Illinois House Bill 2379 to provide the best of both worlds. Complete access to the internet through a wired network, considering fiber and other wired solutions, that is faster, more secure, greener, more private, and in the long run, cheaper for the residents and businesses of the state of Illinois. Thank you.